All right. Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good Sunday morning. I probably got that extra hour of sleep in. For those that got that extra hour of sleep in, I actually appreciate that. Hey, well, good morning. I want to chime in this morning. Again, my name is Alex Dunlap. They call me the ambulance guy. Why do they call me the ambulance guy? Well, because I own an ambulance company. So, have you ever heard of that show called what is it? The Undercover Boss. All right, well, I'm going to do some undercover boss stuff today. Today is Sunday, and I got a patient who's a bariatric patient, and sound like she needs us help and support coming all the way from basically an hour away from where one of our bases is, an hour away coming all the way back door this way. So I'm actually going to be the one to go and kind of look at the area, look at the home, look at what it's going to take to actually move this patient. And when I go, I just go as a regular guy, going in, trying to take a look and see if we can help. So I never tell them that I'm the owner or anything like that. I just go in and just try to do the work that's necessary. So for those of you that are entrepreneurs, let me tell you something about being an entrepreneur. Sometimes you think you're going to go in there and you're going to be the one to just get all the money. You sit back and let everybody do the work. No, that's not really how it works. You don't maybe do a clock and hit somebody else's clock or be on somebody else's time. But guess what? You've actually exchanged that for whatever it is that you provide. If it's a service, if it's a product or something, you're responsible for that. And if you're responsible for that, then now you have a different person that potentially manages your time, which are your clients, your patients, whatever it is. In my case, it's patients, right? Having an ambulance service where we do not only ambulance, but we do provide wheelchair service as well. Hey, listen, so we if anybody's interested in that type of business, how do you get in something like that? Let me know. Hit me with some of those comments below. Let me know. Hey, well, I'm interested in kind of starting a medical transportation company or an ambulance company, and you want to tap in with me because I definitely got the cheat code on all of that. But anyway, this is what I wanted to tap in this morning about because hey, coming in to a business like this, there's a lot of money in this type of business. But it is a lot of responsibility in this type of business, or any if you're going to do it right. So I'm going to actually get in a vehicle. I'm going to go to a patient's home today. They don't know who I am. I'm just going to go and assess the patient and assess if we can actually physically help this patient because it's a very large patient. So she wants to be moved. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go as a regular guy and I'm going to go in and see if we can help this patient. And so those are the things that you have to do as an owner, as an owner in a company. You have to step out and do that kind of undercover boss thing. You have to do that even on your employees sometimes. Check in, jump in, whatever job they're doing. Some employees I knew, some I didn't at that point. Because when you scale, it's important to figure out a way. How do you keep your hands on your people in a way where you can keep that consistency of what your company, what your motto is, what do you want to be known for in your company. So that's one of the things that if you go to my YouTube page, I believe is Ambulance Guy 2014. You'll find that on YouTube. I just posted something the other day, and it's really going to help those that, if you're thinking about getting into business or you have one now and you're looking at how do I scale it the right way. I'm going to take you to step one on this one. Not to show you how to start the LLC and all like that in this particular video, but in this particular video, I'm talking to you about your why. Why do you even why are you even on this earth, number one? And I believe if you really tap into that, I believe if you tap into why you even put on this earth, it is easier then to figure out how do you tap into that one thing that helps you to create and generate your money, your profits, your wealth. If you tap into who you are first, I believe you will have an amazing time earning money because then it won't be work for you. It will not be work for you. It'll be just something you do that's a part of who you are. So I'm going to go check out this patient today. She don't know who I am. I've never met this patient before, but she needs to be moved. So on a Sunday, I'm getting up. I'm going to go and I'm going to travel out to this patient. She's an hour away from where I am. I'm going to go there for her, and I'm going to see what we can do to have physically try to accommodate her and remove her. So these are some of the things that you have to be willing and ready to do as an owner. And since I own an ambulance company, I might jump on an ambulance at the times just to be a driver. So I'm just a conscientious observer at that time, right? But also at the end, I also supply my folks with a little bit of feedback just to let them know, hey, and I ask them, hey, do you have any questions for me? Because I would imagine that if you're riding with the owner, you have a couple of questions, right? But I find that most of my employees don't. They don't even have questions. I mean, the first thing I would do is ask is, man, how did you do this in the first place? How can I do that? Because I tell all of my employees, the ones that want to listen, is that if you want to be successful, I won't hold you back. If you have a business idea, I would help support it. I mean, those are the type of owners that you want. Those are the type of people you really want to work for too. Some that I'm never just, I don't, even if somebody said, hey, I want to own an ambulance company too. Okay, well, I'll tell you what it is, how to do it. I'll tell you how to start. I even help you. But what I find is that most people are not willing to put the work in to do it. They're just not willing to put the work in. So I don't mind sharing some of my knowledge because I know most folks won't execute. They just won't do it. So, and that's the thing. You have to, and I say something, and those of you that are chiming in with me, good morning to you. Good morning to you is that, I can't even pronounce that. Geiko, join. Thank you for joining. Chris, Connections, thank you for joining this morning. And I think that you probably tapped in because you saw Pulse AI fueling ATC ambulance. So I own an ambulance service, and I'm also an AI consultant. So what I've done is I've been able to pair my ambulance service and gain some of the efficiencies that are here in AI. Hey, did you guys see that posting now that 7 is Meta now? I'm sorry, NVIDIA is now $7 trillion company, and is really some of the AI movement. Are you guys tapped into that? Are you ready for that? Are you in place to take advantage of that? Because it is said that it'll be $1 billion companies made with just a few employees with the use of AI. Somebody say, well, AI is taking all of the jobs away. Well, I'm saying that you're not going to be replaced by AI. Maybe you're replaced by somebody that knows how to leverage and use AI, but you won't be placed with AI. Because what I found, I'm telling you as a business owner, what I found is that a lot of folks, the workforce that I have to pick from is not very robust. And I guarantee you, if you're a business owner on here right now, you probably are experiencing the same thing, that you don't have a whole lot of folks to pick from when it comes down to super quality employees that will take you and your business and help you scale it to levels that you really want to go. I would suspect that. So with that being the case, if you don't have a whole lot of workforce to pick from, what are your alternatives? What are your alternatives? Your alternatives then become, how do I maximize what I have and leverage some of the new things that are out there? And so every business will be impacted and affected by NVIDIA, the $7 trillion company, and everything else that's around concerning AI. It will impact everything. So listen, if you want to tap in and learn a little bit more, if you have a business, I don't know what your business is. I see we have folks from out of the country tapping in. So, hey, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hey, this is just a page of a guy who's decided that he's going to get on social media. I've never advertised before in all of my years. We didn't really do advertising like that. Most of our money is government money, so it really hadn't had the drive and the ability to want to do that. But I can see the benefit of it now, especially as you compete in the market and different things, as you leverage your company to do other things other than what it's completely designed for. I won't share some of those ideas, because if you want to tap in with me, I got a few ideas that are kind of outside of the box when it comes down to just normal transportation, but it's still within the scope of emergency medicine, if you would. But hey, are you ready? Are you ready for that AI boom? Are you ready for it? It's not, guys, it's not a bubble that's gonna bust and then you be like, oh well, back to normal. No, there's no back to normal here. So it's like when COVID hit. There's no real back to normal. There's a difference. There's a different way of going about things, but there's no back to that normal. We have a new normal now. And when you look and leverage AI and all those different things, that's why I see the efficiencies in my ambulance service with that. You have to look at efficiencies and how it's going to play. Again, with especially the workforce that we have, there's not a ton of people that's willing to come to work anyway. These social media sites make everybody think that they can be an owner. That's not true either. It's okay to work for someone. You can make a great living working for someone, but everybody is not built to be able to handle the avid ups and down flows of owning or own your own business. For some of you business owners that's in here, tap in and say, yeah, I agree with that. I know that. I have my business, and you're looking at ways to scale your business. You're looking for ways to make things a little better for you and your family. So again, I'm Alex. They call me the ambulance guy. And I'm about to go and visit a patient and assess that patient and see if we can actually accommodate that patient, very large patient. In fact, that's what she said about herself. So we're going to see if we can help that. But you can tell that she maybe doesn't have a lot of support, right? She doesn't have a lot of people maybe on her side. It almost sounded like, from what I gather, is that she may be even alone, but has to move an hour away from where she lives now. So we're going to see if we can accommodate her, and I'm sure we'll figure something out. But guys, I just wanted to tap in this morning and talk to you about those things that being an owner, those unsexy moments when you do things that you don't. It's not glitz and glamour, right? It's just the basic tackle, block and tackles. Every day. What are those block and tackle things that you do every day? Right, guys, I'm gonna tap in with you a little later. I'm so glad that for you that actually joined. I see that we have Kate. Is that Kathleen Clark? Hey, Kat. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm new to this live stuff, so I am super happy to be doing this. It's almost therapeutic, right? To be able to talk about some of those things that I've experienced over 2 decades of just owning businesses and serving and supporting the community. Yeah, and I am going to express all of those things in detail and things. So also tap into my YouTube space, my YouTube page. It's Ambulance Guy 2014. And then I have one post that you want to go see. It's talking about understanding your why. You want to go see that one. That is going to help you, and I give you workable solutions and workable ways of figuring out. If you don't know your why, somebody say, well, I hear that all the time. I know you do, but I'm giving you some practical ways of trying to figure out what your why is. And now let me tease it up a little bit. What you're really, really good at, what comes to you so easily. And sometimes we don't even think about it like this, but there's one thing that comes to you so easily. It could be you like math some kind of way. You like cooking some kind of way. It's really easy to you. You like you easily are the ones that people come to and want to express things to, and then you actually are the one that just, even without having a degree, sociology degree or anything like that, you are the ones that be able to talk them through some of the issues that they have, and you're really good at it. I mean, it just don't come so natural. You don't even know you're doing it. Somebody come back to you like, remember you helped me with that? And you're like, no, I don't remember, but it's just something that's so natural to you. Well, if you can pair that with something that you really enjoy doing. So sometimes the things that you're really good at, you don't even know. You may not like them necessarily, but you're super good at it, and it just comes so easy. But if you can pair that with something you enjoy doing, with what you are so easily apt to come to you, if you can pair those two together, man, that is a sweet spot. That is a sweet spot to figure out what you can wake up to every morning and don't mind doing and make money from. All right, if you can put those two together, what you are really easy, what really comes easy to you, and what you really like doing, if you can put those two together, man, you have a formula that you can use in order for you to leverage and make money from, right? And whatever your goal is, if it's a $1 million goal, if it's $100,000 goal, if it's just to stop going into work every day, it doesn't make a difference. I'm not going to give you a whole lot of fancy terms. I'm not going to give you a whole lot of fluff about, hey, you can be a millionaire But you can. It's not that hard. To be honest with you, it's really not that hard. Your company can make that very easily. But you have got to. And now you can make it. Can you sustain it? You can make it, but can you sustain it? Some of the statistics that I show on that YouTube page are that from if you start your business now and all the way up to 15 years from now, 73 to 76% of the businesses close by then. They're gone. Now, why? Why do you think that large of a number of businesses actually close from when they open up to 15 years later, right? I would submit to you that it's because they never tapped into their why. And so they maybe been just looking for money. And when money gets tight, I know what I'm talking about. When money gets super tight, or when people start to not appreciate what you think you brought to the market and things like that, you are not able to weather the storm until you tap into your why. You're just not able to weather the storm. That's why many businesses close between the years of 0 and 15, right? So if you really want to lock in on how to do that, how to stay, there's so many principles, guys. I cannot wait to share them with you. I can't give them all to you at one time because I really need to know that you locked in on the number one principle, and that's really understanding your why. Why is it important to understand your why? Can anybody tell me if you want to tap in right there? And why is it important for you to understand your why? Why would that even matter, right? I just want to make money. Nope. Yeah, money is your only goal and obstacle. And I know, look, I'm not crazy. I grew up in a town where money wasn't flowing. I grew up in a time and a place where I didn't realize how much we didn't have, but we had enough, right? Until I was able to experience and travel and live in different places of the country. Have employees that when I was in corporate America, had employees that reported to me from India and China. I didn't realize how some folks and even myself had to scrap a lot of times to get to what we want, right? But at the end of the day, with the world going on and with life going on and things like that, we miss the connection of who we are and what are we trying to attain and what are we trying to do. We miss that. Thank you all for tapping in. Thanks, Mark. I see you out there. I'm new to this live stuff. I'm new to this social media page. My type of business is really, as they say, HIPAA compliant and kind of stuff. So I won't ever show patients on here faces. I won't ever show things like that. But I can talk to you about what it is that we do, right? Some exciting things that go on in the world of EMS as emergency medical services, right? That's exciting things like that. But I can talk to you about AI and how we leverage AI to make that even more efficient. I can talk to you about just basic business on how to make sure you're in position to win. And that's what you want to be, in position to win. I thank you for those that tapped in. I don't even know what made you tap in, but if you can just send me a note and let me know, hey, what is that one thing that, hey, well, let me just jump in on this live and see what this guy's talking about. What are those things? Because I need to figure out how to make sure that engagement, right? Because I have some jewels to share with folks, but I need to make sure that I'm engaging in you in the right way, engaging with you in the right way, making sure that, and I'm looking over it, trying to check the clock here because I don't want to be late for this patient. I'm going to go check on the patient for those that maybe joined in a little later. This patient is a very large patient. This is her words coming out of her mouth. And she don't know I'm the owner of the company. I'm just going to go over there as a manager of the company, I guess, and just say, hey, I'm just here to assess and just trying to see how we can, easily and effectively and safely move you from where you are to where you need to go. And so these are things that as an owner you do. You do that kind of undercover boss thing, right? You kind of go in and you check on your employees the same way. You kind of go in and you check on your patients because, or in whatever you do, you want to make sure that you're getting that constant feedback so that you can continue to level up on what it is that you do, right? So if you go and if you have No matter what your business is, make sure you're engaging with the people that support your business, the people that pay you money so that you can understand what it is that you need to do to tweak and make moves, right? So if you're looking to own a seven-figure business, hey, I look like I got somebody I know on here. Hey, Harold, how you doing, buddy? Good. Thanks for tapping in this morning. Listen, so uh, we guys, if you are looking to figure out how to own and operate your own seven-figure business by this time next year, make sure you tap in on me on this live. Make sure you tap in on my YouTube page. It's Ambulance Guy 2014. You can tap in on there. I have something already uploaded right now. You want to go see. You got to go see that one right now. I can't even move forward with you. In fact, I even say it on the video, is don't come to me talking about being coached in business. Don't talk about that until you can tap into the first thing, and that is understanding your why, understanding your purpose. Do you realize that most people will live and die and never understand the reason why they were put here on this earth? Most people. So most of us get up in the morning. We have this routine that we do. We get up in the morning, we do the same thing, brush our teeth, comb our hair, put on our clothes, go do the day, come home, eat, whatever it is, and then go to bed. And then you do that cycle over and over and over again and never sit down, pause, and have a reflection to figure out what it is that you were put here for to help others with. All right? You're not put here for yourself. If you thought that, then I can tell you, you're off the mark now. What were you put here for to do? Guys, I can tell you how to really discover that. It's really easy. What comes to you so easily that it just flows from you. It's so easy that you don't even think about it. It's so easy that it's just people around you appreciate it, but you just overlook it because it's so easy for you to do. That's the thing that you were put here to do. Now you need a coach to figure out how to leverage that and to turn that into income, right? That thing that you're so good at that you don't even think that it's of value to others, but you're so good at it, it comes so easy to you that you just do it. Now, if you can pair that again with what you like to do, the combination of what's easy for you and the combination of what you like to do, if you have that and you can do that every day and make money from it, you will never work a day in your life. You will never work a day in your life. You will enjoy what you do. You'll never work a day in your life. And I'm thanking everyone for tapping in. Again, this is I went live. This is my second time going live. I went live yesterday for the first time. TikTok said, hey, you've earned the right to go live. I don't know what I did to do it. I haven't even researched all of the TikTok rules and all like that. I might even be saying something that put me in what they call TikTok jail. But what I will say is me sharing my experience coming from corporate America, right? Making the decision for myself. I said, hey, I saw a lot of stuff in corporate America, and I lived a great life in corporate America, had a wonderful job. But I saw some changes happening. And I said, look, if I don't make the decision for myself, then corporate America will make the decision for me. And that's when I decided that it was time for me to leave corporate America and go on my own. And I told my wife that, and hey, some of you going to laugh, those of you got spouses and other folks. I said, baby, I think I'm going to retire and I'm going to go into this business. And this is exactly what she said to me. It sounded like this. Okay. What that meant was that she didn't really want that to happen because life was so good and nice, right? But she trusted me enough, right? Trusted me enough to know that if I did it, I gave her enough confidence enough in me by the way I've been performing as her husband, that she knew that it would be okay. And it has been. It's been okay. We built a 7-figure business and we're going more. And guys, if you want to get into my business, I can tell you where the money lies, because we government contracting and city contracting and other things. Those monies are available to you. And man, look, We'll get into that another time. My goal today is that, hey, I'm getting up this morning, going to see a patient. I'm doing the other undercover boss thing and say, hey, I'm here just to assess and see how we can help you. And I do the same thing when I jump on one of my ambulances and jump on there with some of my people and say, hey, let's just ride today. Let's ride today. Let's see what's going on. So I jump in. I'm the driver because why? It's not nothing's beneath me. Nothing is beneath me, right? When I first got started, I was the first driver on the ambulance. I was dispatching. I was billing. I was setting the schedule. How many of you can? How many can appreciate that? How many of you own your business and you were the first everything, and you did everything? You had all the hats, right? Nobody else could share the hats with you, right? Because you had them all, right? Until you can build yourself up in a place where you can get people who can do those jobs for you. Now, somebody always asks me and often asks me, well, they can't do it as good as me. Well, maybe not, because guess what? You're the one who had the vision to start the business or to move into that different direction of the business. You're the one who had the vision. So why would you expect somebody to be able to do what it is with the passion that you do it with? Why would you expect that? So if they can do it at 70 or 80%, then, with the passion that you have, is that good enough? Well, I will submit to you that might be good enough, right? Because you got to be able to multiply yourself. You got to be able to multiply yourself. I'm not saying give up your vision, give up the goals and aspirations you have for the company to have somebody come in and do a lesser job. I'm saying that make sure that you are not, because I had almost a knockdown, drag out fight because I had a partner early on, and he was right and I was wrong. I was doing everything, and he's like, man, we paying these people to do to let them do it, and I'm like, no, because and I'm holding on for dear life for something that just made no sense when I'm hiring people and I'm paying them, and I'm actually trying to just do that job too. How stupid is that, right? So that was how stupid is that? Anybody else experience the same thing? Hey, where having that problem where you don't want to let go, where you just didn't want to let go because you knew that they just didn't have they didn't have the money put in, right? I put up my money, right? That's my money. My wife sitting at home saying, okay, I gave you this opportunity. I said yes to you. So I have her on the line. And all of them, they don't see it. Talk about the employees, they don't see it. My success of the company means that they still stay employed and get a check, right? So if I fail everybody. See, that's the weight of being an entrepreneur. If I fail, everybody fails. So so I don't want to hand that off to anybody necessarily. But do you know, once he finally not physically beat me up, but he should have, because I wasn't listening. Then it just made it so much easier. Now, as an entrepreneur, you can think about the other parts of your business. You can think about the other ways to scale and all of those different things, because you have people in place that can do that. And to be quite honest with you, if you hire the right way, you can get somebody that can do a certain part of the job that you were doing on 10 times level better than what you were doing it at. Now, they still won't have the passion for the business until you are able to understand how to motivate people in a way that they will give you what they are capable of versus what they have to do. Did that make sense? They will give you what they're capable of giving you. That means that some people will run through a brick wall once they understand the vision of just a tinkling of the vision that you have for them and the business and how we want to scale and grow and things like that. They will give you what they are capable of giving you, and not just what they have to do every day to make a paycheck and go home. That is some secret sauce, guys. That is some stuff. In fact, when I hire, I'm going to give you one more jewel. Let me give you another jewel. When you hire someone, this is my formula that I use. I look at them, I say, if the shoe was on the other foot, could I work for this person? Now, when you look at things in those terms, it'll stop you from hiring just anybody to fill a seat. You said, if the shoe was on the other foot, could I work for this person with no issue, no problem, right? So those are, and that's when I tell my managers the same way. When you're sitting in those interviews and you're getting these people, I know some people have left and you want to fill a seat. But guess what? If you just fill a seat that way, you're going to spend more and more money and time and wasteful energy in filling that seat again, time and time again, because that's what happens. You rush, put somebody in a seat that they don't care about the business. They just, whatever it is, how they came to you, or they got kicked out of another job, or they just want something to fill the space until they, no, be very intentional in your hiring. Be very intentional and use the formula of, hey, could I really work for you if the shoe were on the other foot? And if your answer is no, move on to the next candidate. That's tough. You're going to have a hole in your business. You're going to have a hole in that spot. It's going to be tough for you, but I guarantee you, long term, you will benefit. Long term, you will benefit from it. You'll hire more solid employees, more employees that care about what they do. And you just need to be more intentional about how you hire folks. Look, I've gotten, I started on one tangent on a world, but I can talk to you about business and scaling and problems and issues that you have to overcome. I can talk to you about all that time. I do coaching. I do mentoringship. I do speeches that I have to go give. I got one coming up here this week. So, I'm always, and here's one other thing I guess I'll add to it is don't gatekeep. And you know what that term means for those that are on here? That simply means that I'll tell you the secret only if you pay me, right? So, or I'll tell you up until a certain point. No, I don't mind telling you everything that it is to know. Now, I do coaching. I do have some coaching packages. I got all of that kind of stuff. But I don't mind sharing, right? I've never mind sharing because absolutely nobody in my business, because I own an ambulance service now, nobody was willing to tell me anything. Nobody was willing to share anything with me, right? And look, thank you so much. It looks like a few people have joined in since then. See, I got Chucky on here. I got Bisma Rana. Right? Look, we just got a few people that's in here. So I'm happy that you guys thought it was worthy enough for me to get on to this live. So, but yeah. And so nobody told me anything, folks. Nobody said anything to me about it. And then one person might have said, hey, yeah, I can tell you a little bit of something. We didn't know if we had knowledge or not. It's going to cost you, just $10,000 just to have a quick conversation with me. What? $10,000? What are we going to talk about? That's what it is. And I don't mind paying money for a coach either. I don't mind that. But I'm telling you that most folks so busy thinking that if I let out too many secrets, if I tell you too much, then somehow or another you might take money from me. No, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that there's competition for you. What do you mean by that? Yeah, I sell widgets, and I got somebody next to me. They sell widgets too. Yeah. But what is your niche? They sell widgets. You sell the same widget. What is your niche? Why would somebody buy from you and not that person, right? So I don't care about sharing information because I have a niche, right? I have a niche. Our motto is neighbors caring for neighbors. Nobody else has that motto. And why is that motto? Because look, when I pick you up, then I might be the neighbor to you. I might know who you are. I might have gone to school with your kids. So we hire people that work in the neighborhoods that they service. So neighbors caring for neighbors. So we have other companies that do what we do, right? But not in the way that we do it. So to me, that means that I don't have competition in my niche. I don't have competition in my space, right? I have competition that does the same work, but not in my niche and not in my space. So those are the kind of things that you need to think about. I got messages down here. See, I don't know how to use this as much, guys. So if I'm not replying to you or tapping back, guys, I know. I apologize for it. Bradley, what they say to join live as a guest. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that right now because I don't know you guys. Get on here because I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know you. But maybe we can develop a relationship later on. Because when it comes down to talking business and the ebb and flows and ups and downs of it, I know what I'm talking about. But just respect that I don't know you, so I can't have you join right now. But at any rate, hey, my lovely wife just came down and says the one that allowed me to go into business for myself. I'm on live. Now you don't have to wave your hand because I don't have you on camera. So, all right, but at any rate, I want to lock in. So I'm about to go see this patient, see if I can help this patient, and I'm sure we can figure something out. So we're gonna figure that out. Hey, for those that you join me, I don't know all of this is about live, but I'm hoping that it resonates to you. Make sure to go to my YouTube page, Ambulance Guide 2014. Ambulance Guide 2014 is a YouTube page. I just uploaded one. You will love and benefit from the YouTube video that I just uploaded. It's really talking to you about your why. Really talking to you about how you need to tap into that why before you even start talking about opening up a business or before you look at another business. Tap in and figure out what it is that you're here for. Why are you playing? Do you really know why you're on this earth? Have you really investigated that and locked in on that? Do you really know why you're here? And if it's just to serve yourself, you're going to have an eye-opening moment. It's really not. You're really not here just for yourself. You're really here to serve others, and you tap into how does that look for you. Again, are you that one that people come to you when and ask for advice, and you just easily give it out? It just comes. You don't even have to go research a book or nothing. It's just something that just comes from you. Right? Are you that guy a guy or a girl that's really like technical? Hey, baby, have a good day. I'll see you later. Tell you how that thing went. All right, love you too. All right. Bye. Are you that person that really does technical issues really well? You know what I mean? You can just easy to you. Then you looking like, well, why is that so hard for you? Those things are really come easy to you, but yet difficult for somebody else. Man, I mean, but then now you figure out, okay, well, I still have to live. I still got to eat. How can I leverage what I'm really good at and what I like to do in order to turn that into income for me and my family and generations and everybody else? So listen, I'm looking at all the folks join in. Man, I am so appreciative. I don't even know why you're here. That is great. If somebody could just tap in and say, can you put a note or something and say, hey, I'm here because I just heard something about it. I really resonate with what you're talking about. Hey, I'm a business owner just like you are, and man, I'm really struggling in certain aspects of my business that maybe you might be able to coach and talk me through. Or hey, I'm just here because I'm just morning and just tapping on live just like you are. You new, I'm new, and trying to figure out how to do this thing and what's the benefit of it. But social media has a lot of good traits to it. It allows you to connect with people, share ideas, wisdom, things of that nature. But it has a lot of negative stuff out there. So my pages are dedicated to uplifting you, whether or not you want to earn money or whether or not you just want to discover who you are. And this comes from years and years of me trial and error, bumping my head, kicking my toes, stomping my, doing all the things wrong that I could do in order to come up to something workable. Well, when I talk to you, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not guessing at this stuff, guys. I'm not trying to figure out what I'm talking about because I know exactly what it is. I know how to run and scale a multi-million-dollar business. I know how to do that because I've done it, right? I know how to discover what it is, the purpose, and I didn't know all of this stuff. The very first person that I knew that knew his purpose on earth, and I didn't even really recognize it or could appreciate it at the time, but it was my dad. My dad was placed here on this earth, and he knows what he was placed here on this earth for. And every fiber, every cell, every muscle, everything in his life, he's done it consistently all of his life. Right? For those that joined his life that may know me, know my dad as a teacher of the martial arts for over 50 years. But it's not just the teaching of the martial arts, it's the coaching, it's the being the dad to thousands and thousands of kids and adults over the years. But it's so easy to him. But now he figured out a way to not only do something that is so easy for him that just enjoy doing it, but he loves doing it. Loves it. I've had thousands of brothers and sisters that come through the martial arts because of him. But he is the very first person that I've ever seen and knew exactly why he was placed on. And then everything else is kind of as an orbit. It's an orbit around that. And so everything he does centers on that. He spent more money than he's actually made in the martial arts by taking care of people that didn't have money. By spending money or paying for kids that didn't have maybe both parents in the home. So when I finally was able to reflect back on that and say, man, he really knew his purpose. And of course I didn't at the time. I didn't know what that looked like and what that meant. So I'm asking you, what is it that you do? If you have one, can you just throw one? I want to share some of you all's things with some of my page and some of my when I go live again. What are some of the things that and it's a real simple statement. I do X for Y so that they can Z. So, for instance, I help families get transportation for themselves or their family members so that they can experience getting to and from their medical appointments without issue. Something simple like that. But I want you to tap into yours. But mine is a little more than that. I just want to give you an example of that. But I want you to tap in and tell me what it is that you feel like your purpose is on this earth. And what is this? The heart stuff, guys. A popular thing. I got a heart up there, but it got 0 next to it. Does that mean somebody has to do something? Like give me something or say something? I don't know. But you guys will get me right eventually. Eventually, I'll learn this stuff. I learned something. I learned a lot of other stuff. And thank you all the people that tapped in. I'm looking at some of these names. Some I can pronounce. Some I wouldn't do the injustice of trying to pronounce it. But it looks like Bradley. I can pronounce Bradley. I could do that. No, I'm not even gonna try that one. Not gonna do it. I've never been good at that stuff, but Kenji, hey, I see that. Chris Connections, hey guys, thank you for all of those. And so some of your business owners out there, hey, throw me a heart or a couple hearts out there. Let me know that we got some business owners on here as well. And it can resonate with some of the things that I've talked about when it comes down to business and employees and being like the undercover boss at times and going into your business and talking to patients and talking to people like that and saying, hey, what's going right, what's going wrong. You have to get a gauge of what's happening so that you can make the necessary in-game adjustments. So I'm appreciative of all of those that joined in. Make sure you tap in with me, hit those hearts. I will be doing more lives because I got a lot to share, and you do too. In fact, I had one of the big YouTubers out there. I met him at an event that he was hosting, and I said, hey, I'm about to start these social media sites, and I'd appreciate if you just friend me or whatever it was at that time. He said, oh, absolutely. He said, now you have something to say and you just need to say it. Right. So this is my attempt, guys, to say the things that I know that are in me and I know that can help you. If you really tap in on it, I know that can help you from a business standpoint, from just a life standpoint. I've lived a bunch of it. I've done a lot of things. And I'll share those things at times. I can try to give you a bunch of stuff at one time, but I'll share some of these things at time with you. But the most important thing I wanted you to lock on to this morning was go to my YouTube page. Look at that video. That video is all about you understanding your why. All about you understanding your why, because that's so critical, guys. Why is it? It's not critical just in business. Really, it's not. It's critical with you understanding how you navigate through this earth and world. Don't you know it's much easier to navigate when you lock in on a true purpose? When you lock in on what it is that God designed you to do, it's more important. Whether you call him God, Allah, Buddha, whoever Krishna, I'm saying that once you lock down on what that purpose is, then you can have a fruitful relationship with your spouse, with your family members, with your children, and then when you eventually lock in deeply on that, you can have a successful business. Not until then. You can have an okay business. You can do things. You can live. You can walk through this earth. But to really experience the joy of what it's all about, it's only going to come when you lock in on your purpose, guys. When you lock in on your purpose. So can I get your commitment, guys, to go in, look at that YouTube video, make some likes and subscribes. It doesn't cost you anything to do any of that, guys. It doesn't cost you a thing to do any of that. So just go in. Take a look at the video. If you benefited from the video, if you benefited from the video, then make some comments down there, because they talk about this algorithm thing, and so I want to push it out. It's going to help more and more people. So help me push that out. But more importantly, gain you. Since you're here this morning, I know you're the one that's supposed to benefit from it. So do that. Go and lock in. And again, I don't have anything to tell you other than what I've experienced. I don't have anything to tell. I don't have anything I got to make up, because the beautiful thing is I've lived it. I've lived the heartache of trying to start a business, being undercapitalized, being underfunded, being just not knowing how to really navigate through business. And so you get the benefit of my bumps and my bruises and my mismanagements and all of those different things. You get the benefit of all of this. But then to be able to go through all of that, and then to be able to scale to a 7+ figure business is something that I think everybody would want to know and want to. And don't yet let these social media sites do two things to you. Don't let them overhype you and make you think that you're ready to go make 7 figures tomorrow when you just started your business today. And don't let them underhype you by saying that you're not capable. If you're on here, you are capable. If you're on here, you're able. If you're on here, the only thing that I will want you to do is to lock in on your purpose. And then we can then talk about how to scale or start your business. We can do that then, because then I know you're ready. Because you're gonna have to build up this armor that you're gonna need. Because okay, let me say this to you. When you have the vision of whatever it is that you're going to open, or your business, or scale to a different thing, or maybe even shift business focus to something else. When you have the vision, when it's clear in you that's what you want to do, don't run out right away and share it with anybody. Do not run out right away and share it with anybody. Why? Because they did not have the vision. They did not have the internal fortitude that you got in order to see what it is through that you have seen in your mind. They won't see it. They will not see it. And I tell everybody this when I talk to entrepreneurs and everybody. They will never see the vision until it comes to pass. And then they'll be on the bandwagon and say, yeah, I always knew you can do it. But I'm telling you, until then, it'd be more hurt and harm than it would be help. Now, you may have one person that you can lock in on and bounce stuff through. And sometimes it's got to be somebody outside of your camp. Somebody outside of your camp that'll be able to help you walk through those things, because the people that you share it with right away, it's not that they want to harm you. They're really trying to help you. They don't want you to experience any more, difficulties than they have. But a lot of times it's just because we live in lack. We live in fear, and we live in that, hey, if I haven't done it, then maybe you can't do it either. No, You can do it. You had the vision. Don't let your current circumstances or where you came from deter you from moving forward. So when you have this vision, you have this idea. Now it might even be, listen to me. I told you earlier, my wife said okay. All right, she said okay to me starting leaving the corporate America in a cushy job and starting my own business. She said okay, but really she had a lot of fear with that, and I get it, and I did too, no doubt. But I had enough, and again, this is where that vision part comes in. I had enough that I've done a little. I did some research on what I was going to, but I had enough. But even with research and all of that, you know what it really boiled down to it, that you had to have confidence and faith in your vision and in your God, that it allows you to move forward in a way where you're gonna put it all out there. And I put it all out there. I retired. I drew down some of my pension. I said, hey, I'm just going all in. I'm just going all in, and I did. I took that money. I bought my first 2 ambulances, and then I got going. Then I got going. Bought 2 ambulances, and we started from there, guys. And look, your start too. It doesn't have to be big and lavish. No matter what you're starting in. Like if you want to start a hair salon. You don't need all the hairs, you know. You don't need to buy all the bundles, you know. Just buy you a couple bundles. You don't need all of them. You'll get there eventually. Or if you own the salon where you renting out booth space, that kind of thing. Or if you wanted to go into food and cook some things, you don't have to cook everything that you saw on every menu that you've ever seen in your life. Get your signature dish and go from there, and then you can start building from there, guys. It's success leaves a whole lot of clues for you to follow. Some people are intuitive enough to see what those clues are, and then be able to relay them to you. And those are the things that I think I provide to for you that really want to scale or open a business and things like that. So I can talk to you about those things. But I'll also talk to you about the stuff that you're gonna bump your head with. You're gonna bump your head with. Oh, look, time is coming up. I gotta get out of here. So I gotta go see this patient. Again, I'm gonna go as I'm the undercover boss. She doesn't know who I am. But as one of my patients who called the office and said, "Hey, listen, I'm in trouble. I'm a very large lady, and I need to get from this place to this place." And it didn't sound like from what was relayed to me that she even have anybody that that can really help her. So I'm going to go and assess the situation, and I'm going to tell her how we're able to assist her. So, and those are the kind of things, guys. You're never above. I don't care what you do in your business. You're never above the smaller things that make your business run. You're never above doing those smaller things. In fact, I wouldn't ask my people to do things that I think that are beneath me. They're human too. I would never ask my people to do something I feel is beneath me. We provide a service that if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be able to go get your medical attention that you need. You would not be able to get the life-saving treatments that we take people to every day. So there's nothing in this job or this business that is beneath me to do, and so I don't mind jumping on an ambulance and driving it, being the driver, and let my medic sit over there while we talk a little bit, and I can hear some of her or his daily issues and things like that. So there's nothing underneath you. Remember, you started the business and probably had to do everything, to to get it to where it was today. So, and don't ever get too big that some work is beneath you. It's not. It never will be. But stay in touch, stay in tune with your people, stay in tune with your patients or your clients or whatever you call them, so that you can know what it is to take, what it's going to take in order to scale your business to that 7, 8, 9, 10-figure business, whatever that you're looking to do, right? All right. So with that being said, look, I thank everybody that has tapped in with me. Those that came later, Vancy, I see you joining in. I see Marina. Hey, Marina. So many people, Gene, and I need my glasses on. That's my problem. That's what I need. I see some. So thank you so much for everybody. But let me go see this patient, guys, and so see how we can help her. But hey, I thank all of you that joined in live. Go to my YouTube page. Make sure you click and like some stuff in here too. However this thing works, I need you to do. You know what to do. You know you're supposed to share. You know you're supposed to like and leave comment. Whatever you're supposed to do, do it here. Then go to my YouTube page and you will benefit from that video. None of this stuff costs you anything but some of your time, right? But it's going to be a very good use of your time. Very good use of your time to go look at and write down. I tell you to write down some things in that video. I tell you to go and do the actual work. Do the work to discover. Because if you want to be financially free, it's some things you have to be willing to do up front. You can wait and bump your head and bruise and grind and do what I did. You can wait and do that if you want. Or you can follow the example that I'm laying out and maybe some other successful folks. And it will help you get there a lot quicker and with a lot less heartache. All right? A lot less heartache and pain. Well, again, the ambulance guy is signing off. And I always sign off the same way when I go on anything. I'm telling you right now, execute. Execute, folks. Execute or be executed. What do you mean by that? Execute or be executed. In other words, if you don't execute the things that you know to do, if you don't do the things that you say you need to do, if you don't do the things that other folks that have been in the same position tell you to do, if you don't do that, then you will be executed or eliminated or just won't even have the opportunity to do anything else because you won't execute the first thing, right? So go execute or be executed. All right, with that, the ambulance guy is signing off. Thank you so much for joining.